Oh, well, we're off to a rousing start here. Welcome to the show, last day of the week, and we have a loaded program. Every second counts. We have a man who I truly believe is having the best week ever. WrestleMania, a Yukon natty. Darius Butler got his Yukon natty. This is unbelievable. Golfing with Phil Mickelson again this week. Darius Butler is on the show. Also, one of the truly fastest rising stars in this year's draft out of Mizzou. One of 8 guys out of Mizzou. Unprecedented. Darius Butler here is here. Darius Robinson is here. Shoot. Jackson Powers Johnson is here. We're going to get to know him. And we're starting the show with Ben Solak, making us smarter. Moment there. Let me recap these guests for you guys. Darius Butler, Masters is starting, by the way. What's going on with Jordan Spieth's wrist? What's happening? It's underway, of course, in beautiful Augusta. Hello, everyone. Hello, friends. One of the fastest rising stars, guys. Mizzou program, 6'2" baseball catcher in high school. What did Darius Robinson weigh in high school as a catcher? How did that work? I can't wait to talk to that big boy. And yeah, we are going to have Jackson Powers Johnson. He is the 2023 Remington Trophy winner, unanimous All-American. He is an absolute powerhouse. Our producer, Marissa, is texting me gems about him. And I'm going to go, Marissa called him the next Jason Kelce. And I don't know if that's a player comp. I don't know if it's a personality comp. I think it's a little of column A, a little of column B, and I'm excited for it. And then we have our good friend from The Ringer joining us. Do we have any updates to give anyone? Anything going on in the news world? I don't think so. I think we can get right to it because we've got lots to get to. I will tell you, I got over my fear of going to a gas station. I called our boss, Richard Issacow, while I was at the gas station, and it was one of those where you couldn't fill it yourself, so you had to allow somebody else to do it, and I'm socially awkward and all of those things, and I did it, and it was fabulous. I think it was more expensive, which is not a good idea, but got over my fear of that. Excited for the weekend. No show tomorrow, but we've got plenty of content, guys, so get to our YouTube page. Please subscribe, and we also are going to have some insane NBA prop bets, really fun stuff going on at FanDuel Sportsbook. There's some live, even though the Masters already kicked off, you can still get in there and start getting your bets in and having some fun over there. We have some cool NBA playoffs, promotions, and stuff to announce here in the short. So we're going to actually bust out a parlay with Darius Butler in a bit, but we're going to start with our guy, Ben Solak, because he's not only an NFL writer for The Ringer. You can not only catch him on The Ringer NFL show and NFL draft show, but Ben Solak, you are an absolute psychopath because how many bets do you have on the draft right now on FanDuel?
On FanDuel, I've got 20, somewhere between 20 and 25.
What
it's
kind
just
of bets?
it's a light year for me, to be honest. This is a harder year to bet into because we know a lot less. But I have a lot of players to go top 5, players to go top 10, a lot of different ways to bet Malik Neighbors going before Marvin Harrison, to bet J.J. McCarthy going before Drake May.
That's
you gotta
so
have a lot
fun.
of exposure. Yeah, it's a good time.
What's your most obscure, wildest bet that could hit? What's the dark horse?
I did take J.J. McCarthy to go second overall, at 30-1, which was was during the national championship game, I want to say, and so that's one where I'm very much rooting for Washington to make the surprising pick and take McCarthy. That'd be good for me. I have Byron Murphy to be the first defensive player taken. I have Drake May to go 1 overall. I took that in the summer. That one's not looking too good, but maybe that's the big dark horse of the week.
Sorry, buddy. That one's not going to work out. I'm glad you added some more to even it out. And there's all that fun stuff going on at FanDuel Sportsbook, so check it out. But we've got 2 weeks to go, so a lot can happen still between right now and round 1. To you, you're saying it's obscure. What is the biggest mystery still right now?
I think it's what the Patriots at 3. Obviously the Commanders at 2. We don't know exactly which quarterback they're taking, but there's a leaning that it's Jaden Daniels. And I think that one makes sense. And it's going to be a quarterback. At 3 with the Patriots, it's likely to be a quarterback. They certainly have need there, but they have a new GM in Elliot Wolf. He's not even really the GM, right? They don't have that title. They have a new head coach in Jerod Mayo. They just left the Bill Belichick era. They revitalized their scouting process. We know very little about the brass there in New England, about the way that they want to approach this rebuild. And so taking a quarterback at 3 would not surprise me. Staying at 3 and taking a receiver wouldn't surprise me. Trading out of 3 and then taking a receiver or a quarterback on offensive lineman later in the draft, none of it would surprise me. 3 with the Patriots is definitely the biggest question mark.
Yeah, and I don't know what to make of the Wolf situation. I don't know what to make of the GM. All I know is that the coach is saying, patience, be patient with me. And so that's what fans have to do with that Pat squad. Let's talk Cardinals here for a bit. There was a report that came out this week that there's an ask for 3 first-round picks to drop a significant amount in the first round. What do you make of these reports that are swirling, and then what does it mean for them at 4?
Yeah, so I think you're right to ask for 3 first-round picks, right? When the Niners moved up for Trey Lance 12-3. That was the cost of doing business, and we're a year later from that, right? We're with more cap space now, and we're more teams are going to be vying for that pick. And so I think Monty Osfort is correct to ask for the world, and then you got to see who's willing to bite, right? The Vikings are probably going to slow play because they think that they have the best offer. Maybe you can get the Broncos involved, the Raiders involved. Maybe you can make the Giants trade up and then trade back again. Like I think he's right to be really playing the phones and milking that 4th overall pick for all it's worth. I'd be surprised if they stay and make the selection. I do think that they're in a position where they might be able to move back from 4 and still get a guy they were willing to take at 4, because it's very similar to what they did last season. They were willing to take Paris Johnson at 3. They went from 3 all the way back and then moved up to 6 and got Paris Johnson again. And so I expect them to be very active movers. I would be very surprised if the Arizona Cardinals are the team making the selection of 4 overall.
They should trade back. I think they've got lots of belief in Kyler, and I think that people are actually sleeping on them, and they are a perfect team that's going to surprise people in the NFC West this year. Let's go all the way across the country. We're taking you all over the map, and we're just like sucking the knowledge out of you. The Giants extend Daniel Jones about a year ago. And then I'm like, I want him on my show every week. And then we know what happens. So my question is, what is the likelihood that they trade up to draft a quarterback or I don't even know what else they can do. What's your thoughts on the Giants?
Yeah, they're at a weird spot because you can get out of the Daniel Jones contract at the end of this upcoming season. And typically when we're in that position where, okay, there's a veteran quarterback contract and you can get out of it without too much dead cap money, usually a different head coach and general manager signed the deal, and now there's kind of a new guard in there. Maybe they want to move on. It's still Joe Schoen, right? It's still Brian Daboll. You have the same brass in place, and so it's a little bit surprising that they're so willing to move off of a deal apparently that they signed 18, 24 months ago. With that said, you get it, right? Because they've had the ups and downs of Daniel Jones. They paid him after that peak season. You've now seen the breadth of his work. It makes sense that they're in a spot to bring in a young player and then let Daniel Jones bridge them into that young quarterback. Now, taking the guy at 6 overall, that's pricey, right? Now that's really showing that you're ready to move on. I do think that they've done their work on that, and that they're doing their work on call-ups and maybe see if they're going to stay and take a guy they want to present as a quarterback team. But I do think they're more likely to take that player sometime later in the draft, round 2, round 3. Obviously, they don't have their usual 2nd overall pick because the Brian Burns trade. But I think they're more likely to get the day 2 guy than they are to invest in the top 10 player. But we'll see. They're a bit of a question mark as well.
You don't think they have the stones to move up and take a quarterback?
I think they do. I also think that Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr., Rome Odunze, they're some good ball players, and they need a star wide receiver, right? So you got to say no to some stuff that you also need if you're making that quarterback pick at 6.
Who do you like for them later?
Of the 3 guys who are kind of that tier 2, which is Michael Penix out of Washington, Bo Nix out of Oregon, and then Spencer Rattler out of South Carolina. I like Bo Nix the best of the 3, and I think that what Bo gives you is a very reliable and on expectation quarterback. He keeps you on script. He will execute the offense. And what we've seen from Brian Daboll, the ability to kind of get blood out of the stone, right? He's good at getting a quarterback in there, let him plug and chug, and being creative with the running game, being creative with play designs, and getting a lot of offense out of a subpar talent at quarterback in Daniel Jones. So Nix, to me, is the guy who they can plug and chug. They might want to swing more for the fences, though, and that's a Penix or that's a Rattler.
I want Joe Milton to go there.
Oh, yeah? Well, big man throw far?
I just think if they're not going to go for it in the first round, get your weapons. And I'd like to see. In a dream world, would like to see him sit and would like to see him with Daboll getting the best out of him, like he did out of Allen. That's what I think.
I would draft Joe Milton just to watch him throw every day in practice.
No, literally.
Call him over and be like, hey, go hit that field goal post over there.
Take that arm to New York. But even just like what he can do as far as mobility, like you can liken it to sort of the skill set that even Daniel Jones has. I would just like to see what that would look like. So my vote's Milton. If they are not in the first round, I bet you they take Milton, not your boy. Let's make a bet, not Bo Nix. Bo Nix, by the way, is scheduled to join our show next week. He'll be on Up and Adams. Excited to talk to him. Other team in New York, the Jets. They got Rodgers coming back. He's ayahuasca'd out, all those things. The AFC East seems sort of ripe for the taking at this point. What is the best move at 10th overall? Do they add an explosive tight end? Are they Brock Bowersing it? Are they adding another target for Rodgers, who, of course, his whole story is they never draft and help me?
Yeah, I think it's a pass catcher or it's an offensive tackle, right? And the Jets did the smart thing where you go and you plug all your gaps in free agency to make sure that if you had to play a game tomorrow, you'd be okay. They go and they get Tyron Smith at left tackle, get Morgan Moses at right tackle, Mike Williams added from the Chargers, right? So if they had to play tomorrow, they've got veterans. These guys can start. But Mike Williams hasn't played a full season in a minute. Tyron Smith hasn't played a full season in a minute. You know that you have some big injury liabilities at those positions. And so it's all about protecting Rodgers and giving Rodgers outlets. That defense is good. Robert Sala's got it working. The thing for Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh this year approaching the draft is just you have to know that the seat's getting a little hot. You've been in New York for a long time, and you've not yet had the division titles and the playoff appearances and the playoff wins to show for it. And so it's never good to walk into a draft with short-term thoughts, like, oh, we just need to win this season. But when you're protecting your job, it's kind of what you have to do. And so to me, I do think like if one of the top 3 pass catchers are there, that's a great selection. I think they are the beginning of the Brock Bowers conversation. The earliest I could see him going is 10. I think he would be great for them. I think it would be an excellent pick. I would love it. And then tackle as well. I start to get that second tier of guys. You talk about an Amarius Mims, J.C. Latham, Graham Barton. I think we start in that conversation at this time as well.
Solak, you're an encyclopedia. You are an Encyclopedia Britannica CD-ROM. I just insert it and you spit out all the knowledge. I love that. I hope, I mean, it's setting up beautifully for Aaron. I think people, that's like flying under the radar a little bit. Like if this storybook ending is to happen for him with everything going on in the AFC East, like it is a beautiful situation. I remember Collinsworth coming on my show before the trade was official and happened from him to the Jets. And it was, don't be an idiot, Aaron. And this is a Collinsworth who loves Aaron, saying, go down to Tampa, Atlanta, go down, do what Brady did. Go to a crap division that has a lot of, you know, like in his, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can get out of it easy. Don't go to the AFC East. And you look, not a year later, it's like, wow, that is the perfect place to go and try to make some noise in the AFC. It's super, super interesting. Of course, they have to tackle with Miami. And I'm not putting the Bills to bed yet, but it's not looking pretty over there. Anything else you want to be sure to get out there before we let you go? We can talk Broncos, Raiders. Any, like, sleeper you want to give, a bold prediction? Your time.
Well, you brought up those Bills. Would not be surprised to see the Bills make the huge trade up for the wide receiver. I do think that they are going to, if you get one of those top 3 falling, and it's expected to be Rome Odunze, that wide receiver out of Washington, he starts to get the 8, he starts to get the 9, he starts to get the 10. I brought Brandon Beane's going to be on the phone, and he's going to be trying to make an enormous move up. You move on from Stephon Diggs because the money is big and because there's been some locker room issues, what have you. You cannot walk into next season throwing the ball to Curtis Samuel and Matt Collins. Can't do it. I like a Khalil Shakir, but we need a wide receiver 1 in Buffalo if we are going to be the scary team that we've been over the last several years. And so I tell you, if one of those top 3 receivers are falling, do not be surprised if the Bills make as big of a round 1 trade as we've seen in the last few years.
So Rome falls, and they grab Rome. At the end, what do they pick, 28?
I want to say... Yeah, I think they're at 28 right
28.
now. Might be 26.
They're at 28, and if they trade up to get him, is that sexy? Are we then like, okay, Bills, we're right back in it. Rome Odunze is the #1 wide receiver for Josh Allen.
I will own a Rome Odunze Offensive Rookie of the Year ticket within 5 minutes of the trade. Without absolutely, it's so freaking sexy. Rome is so good. And the thing about Rome is that he's steady, he's reliable, right? That Bills offense, what was the issue? It's mercurial, it's volatile, it's 40 points one week and then 3 interceptions next week. Rome is Eddie steady. He's so good. I would love a Rome in Buffalo. It'd be so fun.
McDermott, let's go. Move it on up. Let's go get this guy. That's actually amazing that you just went off like that. It's insane. Okay, go and check out the Ringer NFL show, the NFL Draft show, and FanDuel's, you're paying my bills. Thank you so much, Ben Solak, an enthusiast when it comes to all things draft, an encyclopedia, and I just learned like 19 different things. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Kay. Have a good one.
Bye, Ben. Okay, by the way, guys, before we hit the break here, FanDuel Casino, dun, dun, dun. New and exciting offer for all customers. Join FanDuel Casino today. Make your first deposit to get 200 bonus spins to play on World of Wonka. You're at work. It's Thursday afternoon. You don't want to do that. Get on this thing. Plus, you'll get back on first day net losses back up to $1,000 in casino bonus. 200 bonus spins, guys. FanDuel Casino has your chance at the #1 feeling, which is winning. All right, Rome Odunze, sexy. It's got him going. Brandon Beane, let's go. Next on the show, speaking of winning, speaking of sexy, Darius Butler joining us with the sexiest week ever. I need the name. Can I get it from, I always mess it up. You guys, this strip club thing went off. I just want to say, what kind of a... Who doesn't know the strip clubs in all the NFL cities? Every capable-minded NFL person should. It should be required reading and research. It should be. Darius, did you see this thing? Do we have the clip of it from like the cheese that they clipped on it? Did you see this? People went crazy that I knew that the name of the strip club in Green Bay.
The Oval Office?
Yeah, it's a great freaking name.
That's pretty impressive, Kay. I didn't even know the name of that strip club until a couple of weeks ago.
Sure.
It came up on the show for some reason. But
It did?
I didn't know it. We talked about it. Why did it come? Oh, when the Vice President Aaron News came out, we had a whole Oval Office.
Oh my
bit.
God, I didn't see that. That's insane and amazing. And see, look at that's just synergy. That's just what it is. It's a great name. It's a great name for a strip club. Great name. Okay, we're gonna talk to you. We're not doing the one thing about. No, clearly not. Okay, that sounds great. Glad we're doing that. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Should I be worried about Jordan Spieth's wrist? Yeah, right?
I mean, Spieth, Thomas, those guys, since I've been in the golf game, they haven't been very, need more wins. But yeah, you should probably be worried about it.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right, we'll talk to you in 1 minute. And thanks for joining on such a busy freaking week for DB. And he's in just the best mood, and that's why we love him. Man, oh man. Hey guys. Where's the Crow's Diner reference for Green Bay? I like that new, what is it, the Kohler Hotel? That really, it's kind of fancy, but the best thing is you just walk across the street, right, to the stadium. Listen, I got family in. All right, let's bring in our good friend who, since the last time we saw him on the show, get this, everybody. Live your best life, Darius Butler. Golf course with Phil Mickelson, ringside watching the Rocks return to WrestleMania. Your freaking Huskies were crowned the national champions. Throw in a solar eclipse, and did you have the best week ever?
Hey, this is up there, okay? I can't think of one better. I'll tell you that damn much. Like you mentioned, I would say the best part of it was definitely WrestleMania. Being that close to the action, turning to, I'm 38 now, I kind of turned into like a 12-year-old kid again. Brock, Undertaker, Cena, Roman, like it was incredible. This week, obviously being able to play with Phil again, Ed Reed, spending that time kicking it with Ed Reed for 4 hours, Jordan Poirier.
Oh my God.
So another great experience for me.
We're going to get into it all. It's insane. And then UConn, your school, winning their 6th men's basketball natty. You barely got to celebrate because, and there's all this chatter of your head coach, Dan Hurley, being linked to this coaching vacancy in Kentucky. Calipari's out, of course. Are you losing your head coach?
No, I feel confident that he'll be staying because even at this point in the game, you would think, hey, he would be saying all the right, hey, let's play it up a little bit, little offers, he's wanted. But no, he's saying all the right things that UConn fans want to hear. Probably not making his agent too happy. I know he just signed a new deal after winning last year, but I think he stays. They've been trying to keep us out of those blue bloods, trying to keep with Duke and Kansas and UNC and all these other schools. Last 30 years, last 25, 30 years, 17 natties between the men's and the women's. You mentioned 6-0 in title games, back-to-back, reigning repeat. Now we're going for the three-piece. So shout out to Dan Hurley. And that whole squad over there, man, doing some special things in stores, man. I love to see it. Speaking
of special things, what is the plan for the draft, for the McAfee experience?
Well, first of all, I heard about your plans for the draft. and regardless of what we have going on, I'm more jealous of those plans. I want to be like Kay when I grow up for sure. But we will be in Detroit. And I will say this every year on the show, on Pat McAfee show, the Draft Spectacular is the biggest show. It's the biggest spectacle. This year will blow every other one out of the water.
Give me something.
The guests, the experiences, everyone's minds will be blown. That's all I'll say.
Can you give me something? It's like who? I'm trying to think. Like, you're gonna have Stevie Wonder out there? Like, what's happening?
Look, Undertaker popped out at Mania and chokeslammed The Rock. I think when we do a Draft Spectacular in the NFL world will be kind of similar.
So, like,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
in my ear, they're saying Belichick, which is not at all the answer to the riddle here. Like, what is it going to be like to hang out with Eminem that weekend?
You say Eminem?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It would be cool if Eminem was there.
And then we can talk about his golf game. Listen, we're talking UConn. You're winning at life. I just want a piece of it, okay? We need some of that winning magic to rub off on our parlays. Okay, we are teaming up again on an NBA same-game parlay. It's tonight, right? I did a lot of studying, okay? It is a Western Conference matchup. It's on TNT. It's the New Orleans Pelicans at Sacramento Kings. It's a 4-leg parlay we put together. You got the first leg, my friend. Let's go.
First leg. You know me. I stick with the stars. Coming off not his greatest scoring output, but I know he'll bounce back. Give me Sabonis with 20 points tonight against the New Orleans Pelicans. I always stay with the stars. They're going to get their minutes. They're going to get their shots. I wanted to go as rebounds, but I didn't like the juice. So give me his points, 20 points for Sabonis.
Okay, I like that. I'm doing something that I've never done before, and I'm just going big. I'm going for the three-pointers. I've never done this. CJ McCollum, okay. I think he's going to make 4+ three-pointers. Why? Just he's on one right now. He's in his bag. He's gone 12 of 22 from 3 in his last 2 games, I believe. He's made at least 4 three-pointers in 10 of his last 13, people. And last time he played at Sacramento, want to know how many threes he hit? 7. Go for it.
Okay. I love it. I love that. You said 4+, right?
Yes.
4+ threes. Okay, for CJ. My next one, his opponent, somebody who'll probably be guarding, be matched up with, De'Aaron Fox. Give me Fox for 25 points. He's always stacking up the stat sheet. He shoots a lot, too. Let's see what you got coming up next. But 25 points for Fox. He's always going to get his. I like him for 30, but I figure I'll be a little less risky and go with 25.
Give me Fox for 3 or more threes. I'm going threes, I'm telling you. Listen, the last 6 times Fox has reached 25 or more points, as Darius is predicting, he has made at least 3-pointers. So, to recap, I feel good about this. I did my research, I crunched my numbers. Darius going with 2 kings, 20 points, 25 points. I've got the 3-point shooting down, guys. Take a look at this. You can bet it with the Profit Boost token from FanDuel on either Thursday TNT game. This is the one we picked. Anybody can place a 3+ leg SGP on a Thursday TNT game, and you can use that 30% PBT. Boost that bet, baby. You can use the PBT offer on this guy. You can build your own. There's also some really cool pre-built ones. But, you know, I politicked for us, Darius. I said, if we do this thing better be high up in the carousel, because there's all these bets, and I said, I want good placement on this one, and they gave it to us.
It better be. I like that. And I like these. This is the best time for me going into the playoffs. Obviously, we're right around the corner with playoffs. That's the best time to bet on these NBA parlays. Obviously, they're tough to hit. Really, really tough to hit. So when you hit one, you got to get lucky. But you know it's going to be a lot on the line for these guys, for these players. So I'm excited about this game and hopefully hitting this one. And if not, I got so many tickets in this Masters weekend, I'll be fine. Somebody's got to win me some money this weekend.
Okay, Masters. Scottie Scheffler. That I know. He's the favorite, heavy. Rahm, defending champ, of course. And, you know, the guy who finished 2nd overall last year, Phil Mickelson, who's apparently your best friend. How do you like his chances this weekend? And what the F here?
You know what? I like Lefty's chances. You know, this is his. I asked him right before we kind of parted ways. This is 27th Masters, I believe he's going to. He did just change his caddy. His brother's not on his bag anymore. But I'm excited. He always shows up. He knows the course inside and out. And look, I gotta have a ticket on Lefty. I gotta have a ticket on the Big Cat Tiger. I got Joaquin. I got some other live guys: Joaquin Neiman, Brooks Koepka, John Rahm. So we'll see. Scottie Scheffler is such an overwhelming favorite. I think plus 450 last time I looked, which is nuts. But it should be a good one. I'm excited for these. This is the one that everyone shows up to every year. So I'm excited to see the best golfers in the world all playing against each other. We need more of it. So live PGA. Hey, figure it out.
Figure it out. I mean, just get in a room and figure it out. Better finish a sexless Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson? What, isn't that the, is that wrong? Wait, hold on. That's the report, right?
Let me see. I don't know. Sometimes you need that little extra to get the. I go Phil. I got to go a lefty. As you mentioned before, you know, that's my golf buddy at this point. His coach has been trying to fix my swing our last couple outings, so I got to go a lefty to finish higher than Tiger this weekend.
It is true that he, where did I see that? That he was choosing abstinence leading. That's like a legit report, right?
I saw it. I saw the same report you did. I'm surprised I haven't seen as many follow-up questions in the press conferences about it.
Because I'm not there.
My question. But, yeah, I don't know if I'm betting on the sexless Tiger. That doesn't seem like a good move.
Doesn't seem like a good move. Somebody's saying the weather's going to work against him. I'm a little out and but you're also living in I don't really trust you because you're officially not objective. Let's just be honest. You're besties with Phil.
This is true. This is true. And I've kind of pledged my allegiance to the live side of things up until this point. And I'm all about customer service. And they've treated me with open arms, have rolled out the red carpet. So I'm excited to see, once again, all the best players in the world. I just want to see some good golf. I'm still in my honeymoon phase with this sport. Yeah. So I just want to see some great golf this weekend.
So this weekend's the best part of that honeymoon. It's the best part. You're also, I think, the low-key thing in your week. Of course, WrestleMania was the peak and all this, but, the low-key best part had to be saying, Jordan Poyer, come to mama, come to the Dolphins, stealing him from a division rival, and you're on the golf course with him. Was it all football, all golf, all... Tell me you got into the ayahuasca trip to Costa Rica with Rogers, Darius. Don't you hold back on me.
That's the thing about golf. When you spend, 3.5, 4, 5 hours with some guys, you're going to learn a lot about them. You're going to get their vibe. Yeah. I had spent time with Jordan before, but I love that he's now a Miami Dolphin. He lives down here. He's been living down here in the offseason. Now he'll be down here. And more importantly than that, he absolutely carried us off the tee in our pro-am. We actually finished number 1 when we left. We were at the top of the leaderboard with me, Jordan, Ed Reed, Phil Mickelson, and Matt Jones. So, but I'm excited for Jordan Poyer. Obviously, a dynamic player, can do everything on that back end. You pair him up with Javon Holland. We can have one of the best safety pairings in the National Football League. Lost a lot of talent on that defensive side of the ball for the Dolphins, but getting Jordan Poyer, that was a big time move for us down here. So we're excited about All-Pro Poe being in our uniform.
We're going to take a TV break. I want to keep you on for the YouTube break, though. We'll be back, guys. Darius Robinson, from one Darius to another. Darius Robinson, the big boy, joining our show after this. We'll be right back, but I want to talk to you in the break.
Let's do it.
Darius, literally, you are living out your inner child, and I'm watching this, look at that smile. Look at you. Just look at you.
Hey, Kay, you got to live your best. I'm learning from the best. Look, I watch the people around me. I watch you. I watch Pat. I watch everybody I work with and see him.
I watch Pat, and I'm like, how? What? How? When? How? What? What? It's unbelievable. My best friend's getting married. Right? But this is this is my best friend from first grade, kindergarten, actually. So I had to, it's sacrifices I have to make.
I feel you. Everybody's got to make choices, sacrifices in life.
I did want to go. I really wanted to go. And I cannot wait to see what you guys do on McAfee for that.
Detroit or Cabo?
But I gotta say, meeting these draft prospects is my favorite. It's my favorite part of the year. Just the goodness, the purity of it, the optimism. The draft is if you don't like the draft, you don't belong in working in sports. I think
it's always drama. It's the best reality. Sports is always the best reality TV in the world. It's drama, and you're seeing people's their lifelong dream come true. And obviously, being in that seat before, receiving that call from Belichick and Robert Kraft, and really having that come to fruition. I told myself the whole time, not going to cry. Got cameras, got my family. And as soon as I got on the phone, I just lost it.
Do we have footage? Is there footage of this? I've never seen, I don't think I've seen this footage.
There's probably some footage, but I don't think it's out. Actually, it was a YouTube video, but this was 2009.
Okay, for next time we have him on, we have to have this footage. We do have this, all SEC defensive end from Mizzou on the show. Would you like to say hi, give him some advice, ask him a question? Darius, get in here. We're still in a YouTube break, but we'll be on TV. What up?
Always gotta ask Darius. What up, D?
What up?
What's up, man? How you doing? How you living?
No, I'm great. Down in Fort Lauderdale right now,
Nice.
training before the drive. How are you doing?
Okay, where you training at? That's where I'm from. I'm from the crib.
XPE in Fort Lauderdale with Matt Gates and Tony Villani.
Okay, yeah, Tony V. Tony V, a legend, man. Tell Tony I said what's up when you see him.
Nah, for sure, I will.
Yeah, man. Good luck, man. Keep grinding, man. Hey, the work is only beginning. Let me just tell you that. But enjoy every moment of it, brother.
Me appreciate you, fam. Most def.
Yes, sir.
Who knows? Maybe someday you'll be golfing with Phil Mickelson and you'll be at WrestleMania. You'll be living your best life like Darius Butler. All right. Darius, we appreciate you. Keep smiling.
Thank you.
The luckiest person on the planet, Darius Butler. And Darius Robinson, we'll talk to you in just a couple of seconds. Let's do this. If you guys have questions for Darius Robinson, let me know in the chat, please. Thank you. Let's do this. I'm excited. Okay, so last year, my next guest was a first-team All-SEC defensive end at the University of Missouri. He was also a two-time team captain, also named this is important, the 2024 Arthur Ashe Jr. Male Sports Scholar of the Year. And what is that, if you're wondering? That is somebody who is well-rounded, versatile, like he is on the field, but in both worlds of the field with football and in the classroom. And I bet, Darius Robinson, that meant a lot to you.
Yes, most definitely. Thanks for having me again. But yeah, that was one of the biggest accomplishments I could ever receive because Arthur Ashe was a legendary athlete, but most importantly, off the field person. And to think that I exemplify that award is a huge honor. And just really thankful for my university for allowing me to use my platform.
What do you make of Mizzou? What does it say about Mizzou that this squad, this team, this sort of moment in time is the best in history? That there's eight dudes who were invited to the combine. It's never happened for that squad before.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of us thought about leaving school the past year, but we feel like we really had a lot of unfinished business, and it was really STP was our mindset, something to prove. So I just think we're all bought in, and we were just able to get to it. You know, we had a great, successful year. Just something to prove. Our coaches was great game planning for us, and like we just got tired of losing, and really finished the season strong. Finished number 8 in the country. This is a great season.
STP, something to prove. I like that. We're going to talk a little sports. You're a tough cookie to research for an interview. Do you know that? You're all ball. You are all ball and very little else. I would like to know, what do you do for fun that's not sports?
Yes, I like to do a lot of philanthropy work. I started my own nonprofit foundation, Darius Robinson Helping Hands Foundation. So last year, I purchased 100 book bags for the kids at my church and in the community. And then for Christmas Drive, I raised $3,000 for 3 families in need. And my goal is to do 3 events each year moving forward. And also, I just like a real homebody guy, honestly. I'm either giving back my time to others or just at the house relaxing, watching movies or anything like that.
You also won an appreciation award for community service, and you were named to the SEC community service team. So I know that work is really, really important to you. But let's take it back. Let's take it back a little bit, because listen, I know that you obviously are one of the highest risers in the draft and all of that. But everybody's talking about your size, how big you are, right? And that's everybody's first thing out of everybody's mouth. And I do think it has a lot to do with your meteoric rise. I think guys, evaluators, GMs actually made some calls. Right away, it's like, oh my gosh, you see him in person, and it's like, oh my, he's going to eat quarterbacks for breakfast. Like, that's just what's going to happen wherever we put him on that line. You started out, though, as a baseball player, which is fine. I get it. You were a catcher?
Yeah, catcher, first baseman. I used to love watching the Tigers growing up, and I was like, yeah, that was my position. Those are my 2 favorites.
But you're kind of a big boy to be a catcher, no? I don't know how to say that, but we were looking for a photo. I go, I need a photo. A photo does not exist of you as a catcher out there in the world.
Now, trust me, I was a catcher. I remember putting on all the equipment, putting on my knee protectors, putting on the chest plate, putting my helmet on, all those good things. But I just growing up as a Tigers fan, I love watching Pudge Rodriguez. He was the catcher for the Lions for a long time. I just thought it was a very unique and cool position.
Okay, so now I know something about you. You like the Detroit Tigers, which is good. That's a little
Yes.
something I didn't know. You're, of course, from Detroit. By the way, Tigers Twins got postponed. They got a doubleheader on Saturday.
Man.
How do you think they'll do? Do you follow that team still or no?
Nah, I need to though. I need to.
I'll tell you.
Hopefully I can catch a game when I go back home.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll be living there. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe you'll get to go back home. Tell me about the city of Detroit and what you think it means to that city that they are hosting the NFL draft.
Yeah, Detroit is a very passionate city. A lot of hard work, the Motor City, like the grind, and just really getting after it. And now to have like a nice like draft event and draft weekend in the city is kind of like brings everybody more attention to our city. But it's a beautiful city, and I'm glad the draft will be hosted there.
Okay. You are going up boards. I feel like fourth round was the talk in December, then it moved into second round, now it's first round. Are you going to Detroit for the draft? What is the plan?
Yes, I will be at the draft and on the 25th. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm just really excited. I just left New York. I got my suit for the draft, so I'm all set.
What are you
So
wearing? Give me a little, because I know that you like fashion too.
Yeah, it's a little. I'm not trying to give away too much, but just know, your boy might win top dress at the draft. So let's see how.
This is pretty. Listen, we pulled up. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's that's in season, but now we in the off season, heading to professional. So
do you pick your outfits?
Yeah, I do.
You do.
I found a place in St. Louis, and they had a real good deal going on. So I got 3 suits, and in the they ain't nice suits, but going into the league, I definitely got to get my suit game up. Being all the games they have in the NFL.
You have to get them custom made, I imagine. You hover around 300 pounds, 6'5". All
yes,
custom?
Man, I got to. My arms are a little bit longer than the mannequin, so just make sure they fit me well,
You're really good at interviews, and you've had a lot of practice. You've had something like 18 top 30 team visits so far, and you're in these meetings, and I know you're going and you're telling everybody, and your versatility is your thing. You can play anywhere, and I know that's what you're telling the media. I've watched it like for the past couple of months. I'll play anywhere you want. I don't believe you.
Why you say that?
I don't know, because if I was 300 pounds and 6'5", and as long as you are, I'd want to come off the edge and bite quarterbacks. That's what I'd want to do.
Yeah.
I want sack numbers. I don't believe that you don't want sack numbers. Fast as you are, coming off the edge, I'd want to eat quarterbacks for a living.
Yeah, but then you got to think, too, if you rush inside, the guards are least athletic, and it's the quickest way to the quarterback. So it's kind of a little reason behind both ways. And, just excited whatever team drafts me, whatever role they want me to play, and, just go hunt and get back to work and get back to my process.
When you're in these meetings, like you're sitting with Andy Reid and Spags, do they, you say you'll play anywhere. Do they reveal where they would want to draft you to play?
Yeah, most teams be very clear, but that's why I say it's interesting. Like each team really has a different opinion. So just saying like whoever drafts me and what role they see me playing. So that's why I say like I play both positions, but yeah, each team is gonna have a specific opinion about where they want me to play.
Now on Tuesday, back to Detroit, because it's such a great storyline. You were at the Lions Pro Day. So you said your heart was pounding when you interviewed at the Lions back at the Combine. How was your heart doing on Tuesday, I wonder?
It was pounding a little bit again, because I remember when I was younger, I used to go to the training camps, and I remember how you used to have to walk a certain way. And I used to always poke my head around and be like, where all the players are going. And now it's like I'm walking in where the players be at. So now I kind of had like a full circle moment, because I used to go to all the Lions camps growing up. So, but now it was great being in the building. It's beautiful inside, great resources, all those great things. But now it's kind of a full circle moment.
That's you getting, who is that? Nick Fairley? Nick Fairley's autograph.
At Auburn. And it's crazy, Coach Drink was at Auburn when Nick Fairley was there. So that's even like crazy. It's really such a small world.
It's kind of a small world, too. You had this insane Senior Bowl performance, right? And it sort of, I think, helped also skyrocket you up the map. And who was your coach?
Kevin Peoples. Peoples.
No, Coach Williams.
Oh, at the Senior Bowl?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, Coach T.
Interesting. So the Lions defensive line coach was your coach in the Senior Bowl when you really performed really well. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it was definitely it's a great feeling to have. But that's why I said, obviously the Lions, everyone knows it's kind of like a big deal, but also it's still 31 other teams, and any team that wants to give me an opportunity to be a part of their organization, I'll be more than happy to do that. So I'm just excited to see how everything plays out.
My favorite thing about you is not only that you're versatile, but you are your team captain vibes. You are that guy. And you will be that guy in any locker room. So I hope you go to a contender. Detroit would be beautiful. I know you'll succeed wherever you go. But part of being a captain is, the millions of things you have to do, and then you have time for your philanthropy, which is amazing. But you have to host people when they come to town. You have to, recruits or transfers or whatever. You, as I understand it, hosted Jaden Daniels when he came, before he decided to go to LSU. I need to know, what were your impressions of Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, that's crazy that you know that. How do you find that out? But that's funny. But yeah, I was Jaden Daniels' host, and
Yeah.
I knew he was a great player coming in. We knew exactly who he was. Great player, great family. Yeah, it ain't my. I don't know what happened. I did my part, but
Yeah.
I don't know
What stuck
quarterback
out
we
to
got
you?
now.
What stuck out to
Oh,
you
I
about
just
him?
say, he was just a cool guy. Like he's just being himself, very vocal, just communicating. Like he was cool. Like he wasn't nothing too crazy. And see how everything played out. It's funny the LSU game when I tackled him.
I know. What
It was just
happened?
it was like, yeah, it was Jaden Daniels, and he's like, "What's up, D-Rod?" I was like, "What's up, man?" But whole time, at least trying to find a way to win. But yeah, I was his host, but everything happens for a reason, so I wish him the best.
All right, you are the absolute best, Darius Robinson. I cannot wait to see where you go. Selfishly, of course, I went to Mizzou, so I want you in Kansas City, which I don't think
Yeah.
you'd mind going to Kansas City, would you? I know that you love yourself some Chris Jones.
Yeah, Chris Jones was one of my favorite players. So to actually be like right next to him and learning, that'd be an amazing opportunity. And then, like you said, being at Mizzou, the Mizzou fans and Chiefs fans are the same people. So already having that kind of support system would be huge. But we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, next to Jones, inside or on the edge?
And whatever the Chiefs want me to play, I'll do it to the best of my ability.
You're such a liar. It's unbelievable, but I appreciate it. Other things there's one other thing I wanted to ask you about. Isaiah McGuire.
Yeah, that's my best friend. Roommate, 4 years. That's my best friend.
Okay, so he's your best friend. He's, of course, a defensive end for the Cleveland Browns. What is the best advice he has given you? And he plays with the best player. Aaron Donald's done. He plays with the best player. So what does he tell you about Myles Garrett?
Yeah, he said he's crazy, like his stuff that he does that nobody else can do. And that's okay, but just learning from the other veterans in the room. But yeah, he said he's a freak, like he's different. But now we used to call him like every day and be like, yeah, like how's camp going? Like how's camp? And then we'll be like, okay, well, what Miles doing? What Miles doing? So it's just a great role model. I look up to Isaiah. He's my best friend, but I look up to Isaiah because, he went on this path last year. So just learn as much as I can from him. But he really just said, like, when you get drafted, just learn as much as you can from the vets and really just have fun with any opportunity you're given.
Yeah, I don't think you need advice. You are a team captain who, as I understand it, organized team workouts and team meetings Friday nights at 10 p.m.
Yeah, that was my thing. We trying to find ways to win. That's why I said it's so unfortunate at Mizzou. We had so many 5-win, 6-win seasons, but trust me, the hard work was put in. Just didn't get the results we wanted on Saturday. But yeah, I'm always that guy, just trying to get things together to help our team. Like I really believe in staying green, like a banana. If you think a green banana is evolving or trying to find its color, versus a yellow, dark yellow, or brown banana is gonna get thrown out because it thinks he understands and knows too much. So for me, I'm always staying green and learning and trying to be a better person, better player, and that's going to lead me to stay on the shelf longer. So just stay green. That's my mindset.
Stay green. That's your mounds. And what was it? What's STP again? Something to prove.
Sons of the Crew. That's Coach Drink. Coach Drink came up with.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And of course, the coolest thing you do is the Darius Robinson Helping Hands Foundation, which you talked to us about. So if you guys want to follow their Instagram at DR Helping Hands. I'd like to lend a hand if you ever need anything or ever need an MC for anything. I'm down, Darius Robinson. I'm a big fan. So congratulations, good luck, and enjoy every moment.
All right, thank you so much.
Coming off the edge. Racking. So you gave the right in the meeting this morning. I go, I hope he gives the answer that he'll get those sacks wherever he is on that D-line, and you brought it. All right, we'll be back on the Up and Adams show. Jackson Powers Johnson rounds out an insane Thursday here on the show. Oh gosh, I don't even know. I need to drink more coffee for this guy. I gotta drink more coffee. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Agree. How could we not have a picture of him as a catcher? How could that not exist? It's crazy. Okay, so that's a lot. Okay. I could dump out early. I'd have the one thing about ready to end. Potentially. Maybe not. Actually. Oh, okay. Okay. You're both trying to talk to me at the same time. What's up? Richard? Richard, what's up? Hello? Oh my God. But I don't want, it's not like I'm trying, it's not like am I making it like about a weight thing? I'm not. It's just like these big boys being, to me, when I look at the catcher position, when I look at the catcher position in any level of anything, I go, that is what somebody who's grounded, the punishment they receive is playing catcher to me seems like the biggest drag. First of all, it's my fears. You get hit by the ball's coming straight at you. That's absolutely terrifying. And you're just doing that. Like I used to be at the ballpark. I used to watch Yadi Molina day in, day out, all those games, and I would just be like, I feel terrible for you. I can't believe people like playing catcher. And then if you're a big boy, like a Darius Robinson, how does that work? These are the questions that keep me up at night, guys. The bags under my eyes are due to these sort of questions. Okay. All right, Jackson Powers Johnson. What a good freaking name. Okay. Just like that sound? No sound. Oh, well then I should talk over it. Got it. All right, let's do this. Oh, is that how you feel? I don't know what this man did to Big Jacks, but I'm glad I'm not him. Our next guest, a unanimous All-American center for the Oregon Ducks. He's the 2023 Remington Trophy winner. He's got the goods to play on the D-line, the O-line, you name it, he does it. Big Jacks is in the house. Jackson Powers Johnson, how are you?
I'm doing great. No, thank you so much for having me. So I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. I saw you were watching Darius Robinson, and I was asking him about being a catcher. Were you a catcher also?
Yeah, I was. I grew up being a catcher. That was my position growing up. So.
Oh, I can't wait. Well, I think we're getting a picture of you with my overlords back there. Okay, so tell me about this process. What is the best part? What's the most trying part? Because this is insane what you guys have to do day in, day out until the draft happens.
No, the best part's definitely just meeting all these great people and, going to all these NFL teams. It's just kind of a dream come true. I think kind of the worst part of it is just the travel, going on all these planes, going up and down. It's kind of tough on your body and just, still trying to find time to work out. And but still be on and still be enthusiastic to every team.
Do you put your seat back on the plane?
No, that's such bad karma. That is bad karma.
Do you take your shoes off on the plane?
No. I don't I wear Crocs on the plane, so it's like free flowing. So it's easier for it's kind of both ways because you gotta be good for the people around you. I flew a lot growing up, and my mom would smack me upside the head if I did any of those. So.
Putting your seat back is bad karma is going to be a tagline. Whenever I see you out there crushing people, I'm going to remember this moment. Well said. You were the anchor for this offensive line in college, and you led all of college football in sacks allowed for the past 2 years as a squad there. You allowed 5 sacks in 2023. That's insane. And this was your only year as the full-time starting center. How did you dominate so quickly? How did you get
definitely
there?
Definitely having just amazing coaches and, a lot of experience ahead of me for my first 2 years. Having a center like Alex Forsyth in front of me for the first 2 years, really mentoring me, showing me the ropes, teaching me how to lead, teaching me all the little intricacies of being a center and leading a group. I think that definitely propelled me in my third year. And, once I kind of took the reins over as the starting center, I just went and ran with it and had a lot of fun and, just took pride in it.
There's a comparison that the producer of this segment made of you to Jason Kelce. What do you make of that comparison?
I'm definitely a lot bigger than Jason Kelce, and it's an honor to even be, in a conversation with someone like him. But I think we play really enthusiastic. I think we have, big personalities, and I think we, and really embody being a center. So.
He's like this, he's loud and out there. Not all offensive linemen are like that. So when you get drafted into the NFL, what was, as far as the roles of the offensive line, locker room wise, what are you bringing?
I'm definitely just bringing enthusiasm, just who I am. I get that question all the time from teams, like, what are you going to bring different to our locker room that's not already there? I feel like I'm, just going to bring myself the enthusiasm, my smiley attitude, my jokes, how goofy I am, but also just, bringing how I play, and showing an organization that it's a great choice to choose me. So.
Bo Nix is going to go somewhere. Maybe you guys go to the same place, probably not. What advice would you give to his offensive lineman and sort of getting along with him?
Oh, Bo is easy to get along with, how he is. It's super easy. So, just talk to him off the field, talk to him on the field, joke around with him. You don't got to be super serious with him. He's just a free-flowing guy, and he's got an amazing family and an amazing wife. So just an amazing person all around.
Okay, let's talk technically then. Technically, if I'm an offensive lineman, I ask you, what's the best thing to do with Bo? How do I help protect him the best? What's his nuance? What's his thing? What would you say?
Definitely just collaborating with him, whether it be in the run game or the pass game. Bo knows so much about the game because he's played for so long. And, just being able to collaborate with him, being able to kind of see what he's seeing, that's what I think made and gave us so much success this year. So continue that at the, next level. That would be the advice I'd give to any center or offensive lineman that would work with him.
Okay, your Instagram was a Trevor trove for our producers, okay? They thank you for that, and you made it easy for them. So we know you're going to be amazing in the league, wherever you end up going. But what about your sort of other inevitable side quests? We likened you to Jason Kelce. We're going to show you some things, and you're going to tell me how powerful you'd be at this, okay? So Jackson Powers Johnson, how powerful would you be at being the next big country singer? Listen to these pipes.
Worst time. They got me at the worst time.
What do you mean?
Like I was flat at the end. The whole time I was singing, it was a lot better. They got me at the flat. They got me in. So, I got to talk to Oregon's media team about that one. But yeah, I feel like I could, I grew up, singing in choir, just something, my older sister did. So, I kind of took after her and, did that. So I sang in, elementary, middle school, and a little bit in high school. And then I sang gospel choir in college. So I think I'd be a pretty good one. I mean, I definitely would need some coaching, But
No, I don't think so.
you know,
I think you should just let it rip. Whatever NFL team you go to, that's incredible. What about how powerful would you be at being the next NFL player turned model? Like, you got a little blue steel action here. Look at, okay.
I mean, you know, I'd have to lose a couple lbs after. You know, definitely.
What is this? What is this?
You know, growing up, my uncle Trav, he takes photos
It's
for movie stars
awesome.
in LA, and so in the summers I'd go help him out, and like I know how to work the camera just because you know
Clearly.
he's such a big photographer, so I just kind of take into it. And you know, like those type of times that those photographers are taking pictures of so many people, it's a long day for them, so might as well make it fun and make their job easy.
It looked amazing. I think you could be the next top model. How about the next Luke Skywalker? Did you grow up watching Star Wars? What's the story here?
Yeah, no, I love Star Wars. Definitely would love to be in one of those movies. That'd be cool. But yeah, no, there's kind of a recruiting piece that Oregon uses, and they were using the light bar for like just kind of light, and I was like, no, it's a lightsaber. So I just kind of took some pictures of it and had some fun. So.
I'm down with it. We just loved your Instagram. How about Wolfgang Puck, famous chef, of course. You are creating your own culinary concoctions. I see you with this big. This is an amazing burger. This is like I like the food stuff on Instagram. How powerful would you be as a chef?
Oh, zero. I can't cook.
Really?
I cannot cook. I can maybe make some ideas, but I cannot cook. It's something definitely I need to get better at. But yeah, I'm not a cook.
What's in the fridge of Jackson Powers Johnson? I imagine you eat a bit.
Well, I'm back home right now, so it's kind of
nice.
Kind of my mom's fridge too. So definitely stuff to make beet salad. We love beet salad around here. Definitely some grilled cheese sandwiches. But we put goat cheese in our grilled cheese sandwiches. That's just a little hack that we have. And then definitely some pancake mix. My mom makes the best pancakes in the world. So.
I love that you're spending time with your family. Good luck at the draft, wherever you may go. Good luck as the future Luke Skywalker, a future model, a future whatever, but not until you reach the same heights that Jason Kelce did. That's the expectation. I'm sure Dan Lanning's saying the same thing, and you're awesome. And we'll leave on this catcher photo. I mean, maybe this is you. Look at this. This looks horrifying to me. Not fun.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I loved
it. I
Yeah,
feel like you like
time.
everything. You're very affable. You're a good hang for sure. All right,
yeah,
Jackson, coming to a locker room near you. Bye. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.